2. Types of confidence. Now that we've briefly grazed over what it means to be confident and talked a bit about the qualities associated with the person or group of people, I'd like you to understand it's more than just standing for what you believe to be right or not stressing over things outside of your control. It's more than that. And as you know by now, we're all different, some more than many. And these unique features of us are actually so important. It's assumed that for each confident person, there should be different types of confidence, right? And here are some I'd like to talk to you about. The confidence of inferiority, the confidence of superiority, the God confidence, the creative confidence, the social confidence, and of course, the self-confidence. So firstly, the confidence of inferiority. This confidence, or anti-confidence, as I call it, is usually common with large portion of people. This is when these large percentage of people see themselves as subpar, and in certain cases below average in various areas of their life compared to others. When you go to work, you see it. At school, you see it. With teams, you see it. Working on group projects, you see it. You see it everywhere you go in different aspects of life. And when coming up with critical plans, you even see it then. And when strategizing, you see it. A common example can be found when students feel the teacher hates them for simply failing their tests or is unfair to them, whether it be in a group or an individual. When this can simply be resolved by studying more or getting a new teacher that's more acquainted with the individual, it can be found in any company. The employees might feel that their higher-ups are being unfair to them as a result of a deficiency with their skill. An organization may even feel that the industry that they're in is being unfair to them. You know, there was a time I thought like that in business, that the problem I faced were only unique to me. Surely others haven't passed through this, I thought. I really did think that. But when I realized that my skills are unique, and that because I don't see the majority of people facing the same or similar problem I face, it doesn't mean it hasn't been faced by unique people similar to me. So I started checking, taking a unique look at people alike and saw that people had similar experiences. Then I understood this, because it's not common with many, doesn't mean it isn't with the few. My people, as I say, the inventors, the black sheeps, the dreamers, the visionaries. Secondly, the confidence of superiority, feeling better than anyone, really. This is where a high number of people see themselves. It's not just the mirror that a lot of people do, definitely above average in various areas of their life. Yeah, that's what we talk about when we look at these people. In some cases, these people have others dependent on them, so they surround themselves to affirm their superiority. Praises, worship, dependency, adoration, gifts, love, you name it. Always optimistically internally to yourself and pessimistically to others, meaning you view others pessimistically and yourself optimistically. You look down at most people comparatively. You compare the way they speak to the way you do. You compare the car they drive to the car you drive. You compare the way they dress to the way you do. It's all a comparative fantasy or frenzy. The funny thing is that the confidence of superiority doesn't matter if you're riding a bike or a Bentley. It doesn't matter if you check off just a few boxes like having others dependent on you or having a certain amount of money in the bank, or you're exercising every single day compared to others who are going 3 times a week to the gym. It doesn't really matter to you, because the things that you do not have are rationalized away. You rationalize in the way that you drive a Bentley and I ride a bike, but it's intentional. I don't want a Bentley. I can have a Bentley. Optimistically superior. This can be stretched out and elaborated on further, but I like to believe you get the point, because I do. See what I did there? Thirdly, the God confidence. This is a confidence that comes from the faith and belief of God or higher self. Once you discover it, it will forever be with your soul. And if you play your cards right, that means eternity. Yeah. In the Old Testament, in the Bible, the word confidence and assurance are derived from the same Hebrew derivative, but formed differently. In the New Testament, the Greek words are translated into persuaded, assurance, and convinced. The word trust is mentioned within the Bible verse. And speaking about trust, who do you trust? God or yourself? The God confidence we're talking about focuses on God's mercy, love, and His grace, His attributes, character, His name. Confidence in God means I can trust Him in all situations, knowing He's more than capable. In the book of Ephesians 3:20, which says that, now to Him who's able to be far more abundantly than all that we ask or think, according to the power at work within us. The God confidence is not complete without Jesus Christ. Knowing that I have everything I need, everything I require. Apostle Paul knew that it meant to walk confidently in Christ. From his imprisonment, Paul wrote about God's provision and being content in whatever situation God had him in. But at the end of Philippians 4:13, he also wrote, I can do all things through the strength he gives me and through the power of God. So the God confidence basically sets you up on levels of majority, knowing that you have someone at your back. Like the spoiled child that knows his parents are wealthy, more wealthy than he can see. Like the child that knows he can't do no wrong, no matter how he tries. Like the child that writes with pencils, knowing the mistakes can be erased. To me, based on my experience, this is the best confidence of them all. Remember, confidence works well in minorities, hence the minority versus the majority. Fourthly, the creative confidence. What is creativity? What is creativity to you? It is the use of imagination or original ideas, especially in the production of an artistic work. Personally, and from experience, I would remove the production of artistic work from that definition. Creativity to me is the freedom of expression, freedom and confidence to express however you like without the bother of repercussions. Creativity is really important to me. Creative confidence is going against the grains of creativity. Hard-headed is somewhat label it. And this artistic vision, this newness, this uniqueness, that's what it's all about. Going against the more confident creativity usually requires a mix of vulnerability, childlike curiosity, and discipline. These asks from you. These requirements form the core foundation of what creative confidence is supposed to be. An example of creative confidence can be seen with a new contemporary musician. This contemporary musician never recorded 4 songs in his existence, but he decides one morning to create a full-length album. He'll produce, write, record, masterfully design, create an album cover, and make sure it's all out there. Risky, isn't it? Taking creative risks or trying new styles, it could lead to disappointment, but when creatively confident, making mistakes is a part of it. What if it works? What if? What if he learns throughout that practical process? What if it turns out a lot better than anyone expected? Being creatively confident, applying the freedom of expression no matter what. Maybe if you're creatively confident, maybe this explanation does not apply to you. It just you might throw this out through the proverbial window. Fifthly, the social confidence. Social confidence can be understood as a soft skill or hard skill. But what is it really? It's that social confidence. Personally, I would describe it as the ability to be comfortably yourself in all places, including public places. Being comfortable in your own self around others. That's what it really means. And for anyone, extroverts, introverts, pessimists, optimists, I would urge everyone to be comfortable in themselves. I would even tell you to force it if you can. An example of social confidence can be seen when networking and meeting with new people. The way you carry yourself, the way you speak, the way you don't speak when you're being spoken to, the way you listen, the way you handle conflict, the way you recognize and resolve negotiation or debate. How do you show empathy around other people?